Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Minnesota Fishing Brothers. It's time for me to get a wash, but it's Friday the 8th of May. And if you know what that means it's fishing opener tomorrow. I have a lot of stuff to get ready in our boat, so I thought I'd do a little video just kind of filming what I do while I get the boat ready. So let's get started. We got a ton of stuff to kind of pack up and get ready for tomorrow. So let's start on that. Got a nice bump board here, but musky opener isn't for a while, so I don't think we'll need our bump board or the net. So let's take those out. All right, next I'm going to organize the soft plastic compartment. She's a mess right now. Looking good again. Everything's all organized. I know where everything is, so we should be set on that compartment. Time to move on to the mess that is the rest of this boat. Crusty. Now, if you look over here for a second, we got a bunch of random chatterbaits, dirty socks, all sorts of good stuff. Just clean this whole thing up for a second. So we got these guys hanging around from crappie fishing. Glad we're done with that for a while. And no sooner is it clean than it's all a mess again. So let's pick that up. If you watched our boat tour video, you're gonna know this is our day box / drying box. I'm kind of afraid to open it up. Oh geez. Oh goodness. Let's just take a gander at this. This is gonna take a hot second. I mean, you got bobbers just grabbing everything. Yeah, let's go back to those tunes and let's clean this up. Whew, hasn't been that empty in a while. Looking good, starting to look good. All right, I think I've finished pretty much all the cleaning that needs to be done. Now I'm gonna move on to setting up a rod and reel arsenal from. It's kind of set up for pike fishing, and now I'm gonna get it ready for bass fishing, especially opener, and I'll kind of show you what we're gonna use as far as that goes. Alrighty, let's start out with the bait casting combos. What do we got here? Let's get all these out. Alrighty, on my flipping setup, I'm gonna leave this Tokyo rig with a Kinky Beaver. That's definitely a good bait to be thrown in the springtime, so I'm just gonna leave that hooked up for tomorrow. I know in past years, I'll talk about this a little bit later in the video, but about what we're gonna be targeting tomorrow, but past years they've been up in the reeds, and they've really been eating that Kinky Beaver on a Tokyo rig like that. All right, also Cam's Tokyo rig, I'll just leave that rigged up like that. Now to my frog and stick. What am I gonna put on here? Chatterbait with a little swim bait on the back. Normally I'd use a Zaco, but we're fresh out of natural colored Zacos, and the lake we're going to has a it's very, very clear, very clear. If you're in the metro area, you probably know exactly where we're going. We go there pretty much every opener because it's the best for opener. Big Bass, where I caught my PB last year on opener. If you want to check out that video, it'll be linked up in the card right now. But very, very cool. There she blows, chatterbait. It's one of my favorite techniques to throw, as far as cast and retrieve type baits go. Just a bundle of fun to just throw that out and retrieve. So let's stick her away. Move on to, I think I'm gonna leave this all set up the way it is. I got a little RTX jig mount cast on there. Absolute favorite bass jig. Just cleans through cover like crazy. This is in a bluegill color. I'll link it below just because I love it so much. That's on my Fenwick Atos, my very expensive jig rod. I guess not expensive if you're a pro bass fisherman, but expensive for me. So, and then Cam just has the same jig on his jig rod, so just gonna leave that rigged up. Oops. All right, now it's time to move on to our spinning setups and our one-piece setups. There's a mess in this compartment. I do have one two-piece baitcaster, Fenwick. Again, if you want to see all our rods, we made a video on them. Again, linked up in the card right now, talking about that. So go check that out. But if you saw the video from last year's opener, you remember what I caught my PB on, which is a 5+ pound bass. I have caught a bigger bass than that, but we never put it on the scale. I caught it through the ice. It was 22 inches long, so it's probably weighed more than that, but I'm going to count the one that actually weighed because that's good to do. Always make sure. I don't want to be one of those people that just like, oh, I caught this big ass bass, but I don't know how much it weighed. So I think 5.2 or something like that. Just watch the video. I'll talk about it. But anyhow, I kind of got sidetracked there for a second. What I'm going to be tying onto this, old-fashioned Texas rig. Can't beat it. Caught a lot of big bass on this rig, especially early year. So let's get ourselves a little tungsten weight out there. Unpegged, because that matters. I'm not joking, it does. Alright. Yeah, that's not going to go. Texas rig Senko. Not a bad way to fish, but not my way. Alright, I'm going to be putting a Nico hook on there for wacky rigging. Alright, she's all set up. Alright, and my last setup, I'm going to leave that. It has a little jig head and a swim bait on there, just for a bit of a slower moving presentation. I'm just going to leave that the way it is. Alright, so some of the baits we're going to be focusing on tomorrow. Very strongly, hopefully this will all work out, but for sure, going to be see us throwing the old Tokyo rig right there with a little beaver bait on there, like I showed you on my rod. So that's going to be definitely one we're going to be throwing. It's going to be cold tomorrow, so I hope it doesn't mess anything up, but definitely going to be throwing some chatterbaits right there. Probably no top waters just because of the weather. Maybe some glide baits, especially this small little, very manageable Sebile Magic swimmer right there that I'm going to have rigged up. Probably going to work, hopefully going to work okay, if not decently tomorrow. Again, some just random small swim baits like this Storm GT360. I have a feeling the bass are going to be a little bit finicky, so maybe also throwing a Ned rig and a Nico rig. Just gonna try to stay away from fishing jerk baits and stuff like that. But if that's what we have to do, we'll have to do it. But yeah, I think that's everything. We're all cleaned up. We're all set to go. Well, y'all, I think we're ready. Everything's packed. Hope you're as excited as we are about tomorrow. It's going to be a good day, hopefully. Weather's not looking great, but we'll deal with the elements. So stay tuned. Tomorrow evening, there will be a video on opener. Basically, whether we catch fish or not, I'll upload a video logging our experiences on how it went. So stay tuned for that. Also, there's a little something big coming on the channel soon. If you want to find out what that is, go over our Instagram, and I'll show you later today what that is. I think you might enjoy this. So, other than that, we'll see you tomorrow morning on the water for some fishing. So, stay tuned.